What is going on, guys? Today we are going to be ranking all of the Radioactive players in Team 1. So straight off the bat I wanted to go with Aubameyang because actually this card is currently coming in at 90,000 coins, and after the week of, or 2 weeks of Thunderstruck with constant promos, constant expense, and finally finishing off that free 4 million coin Mbappe, it is nice to see a striker that is actually a solid value. Under 100k, great pace, great shooting, and then he has the rapid playstyle plus as well. I think that's a pretty solid striker. As well with the Radioactive, if you are unaware, the chemistry links means that they have 2 already on them, and if they do get a player in, I believe, in the same league, nation, or obviously in their team, they will be a 3 chem player, and they offer the 2 chem straight off the bat. So that is already a big dub for him. I don't think he's quite S+, don't get me wrong, but I do think he's definitely in a topper category, especially for the value. And the one thing with this promo, we've already seen some massive players. Arejo is a cracking centre-back. He does have himself a beautiful right-back, and to be honest, I feel like he could probably be one of the S+s in that defence. The next one is going to be Messi. Naturally, he's coming in, I think, at a huge price. 4.1 million, which is just nuts in himself, so it's already a huge card. He's got the technical playstyle plus. Unfortunately, I would have liked maybe something to do with shooting, but I believe his normal gold card has the technical as well, so there is technically no increase there or kind of decrease in value.
If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders.
We have got big boy Benz as well. I feel like they've gone with a lot of kind of different leagues that are maybe not necessarily the most popular. The Saudi, the Turkish. They've also then gone with nations. We've got the Nigerian Barca striker. We've got Nani from the Turkish league. We've got Mazraoui, I think you pronounce it, from Morocco. You've then got Gravado, even though he's Prem, still Croatian. If you don't necessarily have a Prem team, it's always a good workaround. And they've given you some MLS players as well. But in terms of Benz, I personally would go more S, if I'm being honest. I feel like he's a nice striker, but he's never been my number 1 cup of tea. Do you know what, though? 83 pace. It's only a 4 increase, to be fair, but the one thing that's really standing out for me is he has now got that finesse shot plus. Did he already have it? He did already have it. I mean, it's broken enough, but we've got already a lot of good players. Son, Griezmann, Salah, all player of the months with the finesse plus that I wouldn't necessarily choose over Benz, so I'm gonna keep him there. Gravado, I'll go S as well. I feel like he's coming up the ranks. He's kind of like you've got your Arejos, your Koyundes, your Virgil van Dijks. He's kind of that next tier down. If he was to get, for instance, the 88, I'd possibly put him the tier up, because when it comes to centre-backs, if they've got the pace, they've got the physical, got the defending, and then a good playstyle plus, which he, if I find him on this list, ooh, does he not? No, he has block, okay, but block's not terrible. We are mainly looking for intercept. I feel like that one for me has been the number 1 to go to. Then we do have a very big one, Uruguayan centre mid, and honestly the value still just keeps going up. A 90 Valverde. He's already had an 89 in form, and most definitely his gold card's still 131. Incredible. The only thing I'd like different from him is just that beautiful Relentless to go away and not come back, because Relentless playstyle plus, even though it does give him the good amount of stamina, an intercept on him would be perfect. Stats are incredible. He's a 90 rated with 90 pace on the base. That is outstanding. Honestly, a team of the season Valverde cannot come soon enough, because that card is going to be a joke. We do have a few lower ones, I'm not going to lie. We have Pukki, who more than likely will come in the lower divisions, to be honest. If we zoom back out a little bit, we can see the rest. We've got Kvaratskhelia. What playstyle plus does he have now? Because he has the Trickster, 675k. The big thing with him, he's a 5-star, 5-star. That naturally is always brilliant. He is over on the right-hand side this time, but he can go left as well if you really wanted to. I don't know if I'd go S plus just yet. I feel like he needs to hit them top ratings. That's what we kind of liked from his team of the season. He was already the 5-5. You add like a 93, 94 value to him in terms of rating. That's when personally he picks up big time. By another good centre-back, I'd go middle for him personally. I like the pace, I like the defending, but there's nothing too crazy that sits out from him. And to be honest, when it comes to objectives, they're only a certain level. It's just natural. We don't get really top-end objectives until Team of the Season. Maybe one in Team of the Year, but even then, they sometimes just screw that up. I must admit, one player that I am disappointed that they didn't give a double upgrade to was Sammy Kerr. She was a nice striker, even from the start when we got the Nike promo. That is what it is. It was kind of a starting promo. I can kind of forgive that. But then we're at what, 5, 6 promos in, and I know that they're not necessarily going to give out loads of 92s, 93s, but just a +1 just seems a little bit of a waste. I feel like a +2 could have been justified because naturally they're going round in cycles by the looks of it. This is the first Messi card. It's the first Benzema card, bar from maybe an inform. It's a lot of firsts in terms of outer performance based promos, so they're not necessarily going massively on one card, on 5 cards like they normally do. So it is a nice kind of spread, so I feel like they could have easily given her a 92. We do have Zinchenko as well at 178k. Again, some good chemistry if you really need it. Quick step. I really wouldn't say he's necessarily top end. Oh, he's 86. His stats are better than Robbo's, I must admit. Or at least I think. I don't know. He's got quick step, which isn't necessarily the massive defensive side. If you're at a 5-back, it's decent. I'm going to go A just from the basics of Zinchenko whenever I've played with him. Even when he upgrades, it doesn't really feel that upgraded. We have Vela, I'd say pretty bog standard now, nothing too crazy. I'd probably even go B. We then have someone like Kessie. It's a great card, but I feel like League is going to play a massive factor into this card when it comes to if you are actually going to get him into your team. Because realistically, even with the kind of the extra chemistry boost, you're going to want a player like that on the max chemistry because you're going to need it. He's only 86. Are you going to have either an Ivory Coast player in? You're going to sacrifice the manager to be an Ivory Coast manager if there is one. And then obviously the Saudi. The Saudi part is the only thing that I think could be believable with obviously Benz, with Neymar, with somebody like Conte. Conte's another great shout as well. And I must admit, Conte's inform was fantastic. This card could be the next level up, but I feel like what we're going to need is a flashback Conte. That is what's going to really take him, as I think in terms of base stats, we need that pace to be a lot higher from what we remember of the previous Conte. Zaha, on the other hand, again, nice card. I must admit, in terms of Zaha, we haven't seen too much of him. He's currently coming in at 136. He's got the great pace. He's a 5-star, 3-star, so we've got to always keep that into consideration. Quick step is nice. I'd say probably more of a high A rather than anything. And the one that actually is very interesting, other than Shaqiri going where Vela is Szoboszlai. This card's base looks very good. 181k. He has been available in obviously an evolutions prior to this, and he's had an inform which was a left mid, random out there. But in terms of the centre mid, he's got Travella plus, always good, can play in that cam role. We then have the final 5 players. We have got Nani, who to be honest is what I think a 4-star, 5-star in this game, 109,000. I'd say kind of a mid-tier A. Again, with the chemistry boost, it's going to add something, especially because Portuguese, there's still a lot of players that you could definitely go with there. I'd go with Weah as kind of a B. Pace-wise, brilliant, but he's come from a silver. He's got into the right wing back. He can play multiple positions from right back, right mid, right wing, but realistically, the stats are just not up enough. We have Eriksen as a 4-star, 5-star. I'd go mid-A at a very best. I think the 4-star, 5-star really kind of saves him a little bit there, but he is very, very bog standard. I'm talking more passing rather than anything. That is going to be his kind of his spiel. That's going to be his thing that he does in the game. He's not going to be the tackler. He's not going to be the scorer. He's going to pass. That is about it. I could probably even go B, to be honest with him. I think A might be a little bit high up for this list. We then have Mazraoui, again, very good right back. In terms of pace defending, all of that good stuff, he has got the jockey playstyle plus. Bayern Munich, so great links already there. And obviously he's got his links again. The only thing is he going to be your right back? This is where the right backs really come into play because there isn't really a solid choice yet. I like Walker, but I feel like he's starting to become bog standard. You've then got somebody like a Lorente Centurions. I'd only pick him over Mazraoui because I spent 150k on him. Naturally, Mazraoui looks a very good right back. He doesn't look out of place. I'd say he's pretty decent for the position. Then finally, we have got our Nigerian striker, 445,000. Unfortunately, she does have the acrobatic playstyle plus, so it's not going to give us much help in this. But that being said, very good pace. Shooting wise can be done either with a hunter or with a finisher. I believe people are wanting basic hunter or hawk, but there's only a few amount of votes. The hunter will give you 99 pace, 90 shooting. We then also have the finisher that will keep her, well, take her to controlled explosive. Not a massive fan, but that is another option if you wanted just all and out shooting. I think the hunter gives you 99 finishing, and to be honest, so will finisher. So I'd probably go hunter as well, to be honest. I'd say S tier, and that's going to be my list. So far, I feel like there's only 3 at the moment, SBCs to come, and more than likely, we're going to get a team 2, as this seems to be the run-up to Christmas. Let me know if you've managed to get any, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace!